Millionaire asked for advice from a homeless man, but what the homeless man said made the millionaire give $500,000 to him. On a stressful day, a millionaire named James found himself overwhelmed by his life. Despite his wealth, he felt empty and burdened by the constant demands of his business and personal life. He wanted a moment of peace, so he walked into a quiet park, away from the noise of his life. As he sat on a bench, lost in thought, an old homeless man approached. The man's clothes were worn, and his face showed the marks of a hard life. Yet there was a calmness in his eyes that caught James's attention. Feeling an odd urge to talk, James invited the man to sit beside him. James opened up about his struggles. The homeless man listened quietly, nodding as James spoke. After a moment of silence, James asked the man for advice. The man leaned back, his voice steady but gentle. What he said changed James's life forever. The homeless man spoke in a simple way, but his words had deep meaning. He told James, "You keep chasing more, but you have forgotten what truly matters. Wealth is not what you own. It is what you give. If you want peace, help someone else." James was surprised. The man had so little, yet he understood life in a way James never had. Those words stayed in James's mind as he sat quietly, thinking. After a moment, he reached into his pocket, took out his checkbook, and wrote a check for $500,000. He handed the check to the man and said, "This isn't just for you. It's for me, too. You reminded me of something I had forgotten." The homeless man looked at the check. His hands shook as he held it. His eyes widened with disbelief. He thanked James, his voice filled with gratitude. For James, giving the money felt like lifting a heavy weight off his shoulders. That moment changed his life. He had spent years chasing success, thinking wealth would bring happiness. But for the first time, he felt true peace. After that day, James used his money to help others. He funded shelters, supported struggling families, and gave to those in need. Helping people gave him a purpose he had never felt before. For the homeless man, those few words spoken from the heart gave him not only money, but also a second chance. He found a place to stay, got back on his feet, and started over. The check changed his life, but his own words had made it possible. Both men walked away changed. James learned that real wealth comes from giving and making a difference in people's lives. The homeless man saw how powerful his words had been. What cost him nothing to say had given him a new beginning. Their meeting was not planned, but it had a lasting impact. It showed that even small acts of kindness and simple words can change lives. Sometimes the most unexpected moments teach the greatest lessons.